Hey, 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 everybody. What's going on? I'm super excited to hang out with y'all on today. Listen, it's a party going on. We're trying to get everything set up, but it's a vibe, okay? This is in my beauty bag. This is the blessing in the beauty bag. Go ahead and share this out with whoever you need to share this to. We are live on multiple platforms. So if you are on Instagram, there's a whole PowerPoint presentation happening going down. You can go to inmybeautybag.com and you get all the information. So you could join us over there. Or go to Facebook, go to YouTube, all of the good stuff. If you're already in the Zoom room, I want to make sure that we can talk to one another. Let's see. Because y'all, let me tell you something. The way the internet be trying to have me, it won't let the people get in the chat. I just want to make sure you can hear me and that all things are well. We are about to get some teaching going tonight, okay? Hey, we are going to be teaching about perfecting client attraction and customer management. All this fancy stuff, we're going to be diving deep. This is our 3-day challenge, and I'm so excited to hang out with you guys. So again, go to Facebook. You can go to facebook.com/natia.kalm. You can go to YouTube, and you can go to youtube.com/nateah. You can catch the stream there, or you can go to inmybeautybag.com to register, because we're going to be hanging out for the next 3 days. And the people in the Zoom room are the ones who are going to be in here partying with me. Does that make sense? Okay. If you can hear me in Zoom, if you could go ahead and hit me with a 1 in the chat so that I can make sure that all things are well. If you could hit me with a 1 in the chat, that would be a blessing to the kingdom. Because nobody want to be talking. Oh, praise God. Nobody wants to be up here having a whole conversation and nobody can hear what is happening. That's not what we want. It's not what we want. But anyway, guys, listen, I am Natia Joyner. I am a multifaceted business owner, and I am called, praise God, to beauty professional, to the beauty industry, y'all. I have been doing this for 20 years. I have been doing this 20 years, and I started off as a kitchen beautician, and then God has raised me up to a 6-figure business owner. We praise God for these things. And so my mandate, I believe that my assignment in this season is to be able to bring others up. There was a long struggle bus that I rode before I elevated my mindset and got into a better position and better understanding about the beauty industry. Unfortunately, I started out believing, being told that you can't make real money in the beauty industry. And if it wasn't for other, I'm about to say generals, child, you could tell I'm churchy. Okay, if it had not been for other beauty professionals, because it's not, let me just say there wasn't a lot, but there was a strong few that would share with me, that would say, hey, let me put you on this. Hey, this is what you need to sign up for. Hey, this is what you need to pay for. Hey, don't let these people do this to you. I remember one day I saw a post, this one young lady was like, there's somebody I followed and I looked up to, and she was like, if you're not making $2,000 to $3,000 a week, you're not doing something right. And I was like, man, I didn't know. There's another young lady, she's been a big inspiration to me. She was one of the people who's like, baby, when you hit 120,000 minimum, that's when you switch over to what is the thing called? S Corp. And it was just a bunch of information. So I do believe that in this season, I am here to share and all of this great stuff. All right, so let's get in it. So we're talking about perfecting client attraction and customer management. All right, let me make sure that we might have some questions on the internet. And I want to make sure that I can get one. I ain't gonna be able to see it, y'all. We're gonna be all right though. So, like I said, I prefer that y'all jump in and grab me up on Facebook, because I can have one place to look to see all your comments. But here we are, we in this thing now. All right, so we're perfecting client attraction. So I have been making some really dope videos out here on Instagram, and they've been going viral. Praise God for the viral bug, right? So we got folks, it's a lot. It's a lot of beautiful things happening. But what I'm realizing is that a lot of people are struggling with their clients and the type of clients that they're running into, because they don't know how to perfect the right type of client. For whatever reason, we must have been told, somebody told us that we had to take whoever we can take. We got to get in where you fit in. And baby, that's just not true. It's just not true. I just did one of the last videos, two videos that have gone like super, super viral. One is about when your customer is angry. And we demonstrated what it's like when you have a customer who was wildly angry, who was out of pocket and super aggressive. The ways that you can use your words to control the environment, the way that you can use your cool to maintain the integrity of your shop and the atmosphere that you're in. The next video that has gone viral, yeah, I'll be honest, I feel some kind of way about it. It's a video about content sharing. It's about, you getting footage of your client and the client snapping at you while you're trying to get the footage, and in the video, she's like, did you ask me? Can I you gonna take my pictures? Because I don't want you to, whatever she said. And so it's going viral. It's a pretty amazing thing. But I want to be able to teach you guys how to perfect that, because that's not the kind of attitude, that's not the type of energy we want in our salon spaces. I don't care what the people say. Some people say she wasn't being rude, child. She was wildly rude, but it was just as rude for the stylist, which is me, in the video, to be able to just assume that somebody wants to be on camera. It is important that you ask. But anyway, we're going to be teaching about that, because what happens is, when some of the things that we saw in the comments was one about people talking about, my clients want to see me win. Okay. And that was some of the battle. Some people were like, well, I deserve a discount. I'm a model. I'm a whatever. But honestly, I have never run into a problem in my 20 years of professional and unprofessional work where anybody said to me, you owe me money. Don't take a picture of me. All of my clients are like, absolutely. I have clients who are like, look, you don't take no pictures of me. I want to show up on your internet, but it's because I believe that God has given me a culture and a community, a community of clients that want to see me win. And I believe that this is a part of perfecting client attraction. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit of marketing. We're going to get into a little bit of all the things. So let me find, my mouse has ran away from me. Here we are. All right, let's get in it. All right, so this training is for you if you are a aspiring or an established beauty professional or service provider. Okay, so this includes lash techs. This includes nail techs. This is beauty pros. This is people who, if you serve somebody in any capacity, this is something that you can get information from. You're going to hear me talk a lot about beauty industry things and all that, but you can, what they say, take the meat, spit out the bones, you can make it work for you, okay? But if you are looking to grow your influence, diversify your income, and make an impact on lives, make an impact on the lives you touch, this training is for you. If you have a teachable spirit and you're open to being pushed and challenged, this is for you. If you know that God is calling you higher, period, this is for you. If you know that you're called to serve the people of God, whether you like humans or not, then this training is for you. All right, so this training is not for you if you are good with mediocrity. Don't even, child, go on back over there, log off, scroll on, do whatever you need to do. If you're good with mediocrity, if you're like, child, I'm all right, here we are. That's where you are, cool. This isn't where you need to hang out, right? But I would encourage you to hang out because something might happen, something might shift, all right? So this is not for you if you're not interested in scaling your brand. If you're good working 18 hours a day, 17 days a week, by all means, baby, I wish better for you, but if that's not what you want, cool beans. If you hate serving others. Now, a minute ago, I was like, whether you like humans or not, right? So there's I'm an introvert, but I have extrovert gifts, right? So I don't always want to be in the fold, in the community of the people, but God has called me to serve people. And the truth is I love to serve, all right? Also, this training is not for you if you are way too comfortable and you have no interest in being stretched. This is going to go on, child. Go on. All right. So my slides are out of order. Hold on, guys. That's rude. You know what? Technology be technology, but it's all right because everything's fine. We're going to get it right on together. Right on together. So while I am trying to reorder my slides so that we can make sense as we follow this flow, somebody tell me what industry you're in. Like, are you in the beauty industry? Like, where are you with this now? I wanna get some information from you. Are you a barber? Are you a makeup artist? Tell me all the things. I want to know what area you serve in. If you're not a beauty professional, tell me what you do. If you're interested in the beauty profession, what aspect of beauty professionalism are you interested in? I want to know the things. Okay. I'm looking for you. All right. I'm gonna jump back in because, like I said, the internet was trying to play me, y'all. All right, so I'm in the beauty industry, a natural hairstylist and loctician. Hey, I love all these things, y'all. I started out, and I'm gonna get into talking about me and my journey through this thing. Is I started off as a kitchen beautician. Okay, I used to play with my Barbie doll's hair. I used to I had a Cabbage Patch doll. I did her braids. I had a Jasmine doll because back in the day, there's diversity in little girl toys was just not a thing. It was just not a thing. And so that was my thing. And I am a licensed cosmetologist. I did hair out of pocket for, I'm gonna say maybe 12 to 14 years out of my career. I did hair out of rooms and dorm rooms and things like that until I finally got licensed. My story is a beautiful story of how I even came fully into the beauty industry. Like I said, starting out, I was told that you can't make real money in the beauty industry. So it was nothing that I ever tried to pursue. But one day I had a conversation with a friend and they were talking about how do you find your purpose and how do you know what your gifts are and whatnot. And so I was like, listen, y'all. So I think that when it comes to your gifting, I think that you just, whatever comes naturally to you, you give it back to God. And so I had to have a conversation with myself, like, what is it that you do naturally and how can you give it back to God? And I was like, well, I kind of could do hair. I could kind of figure things out pretty easily when it comes to people's hair. Let me find a way to give that back. And so I started going to a homeless shelter in 2013. And I was very afraid of homeless people. Let's go ahead and be clear here. I wanted to, just serve them. But I was scared to do their hair. So the lady was like, no, that's what God is calling you to do. That's what we want you doing. And I'm like, all right, bet. So I go ahead and I started doing hair in the homeless shelter. And what I started to realize is I felt like I owed the homeless community better skills. Like my kitchen beautician skills were great for my current clientele, but I owed the homeless community more, right? And so that is how I got started. And from there, God has just taken me up. All right. So I am Natia again. I'm a multifaceted creative and entrepreneur. I am dedicated to helping overwhelmed beauty pros and creatives, help Lord, recalibrate their lives and their income so that they can live a life of faith, freedom, and fulfillment. We're going to get into this in some of the other days, because again, this is a 3-day challenge. We're going to be here tomorrow at 6. And Tuesday at 6, right? So we'll talk about scaling back. So I started off as a lady who did everything for everybody, and I now am I specialize in locks. All right. So, but I am the owner of Calm LLC, and I have successfully launched multiple brands. Praise God. In 2016, I launched Calm Culture Candles. Shout out to Calm Culture. That's officially my first baby. In 2017, I opened up Calm Studios. I opened up the door to my salon. And then in 2020, pandemic, thank you to the pandemic, I opened up the not opened up the Lock Maven. I began to sell products, hair care products for locks called the Lock Maven. In 2022, I launched Recalibrate Her. And that was a online coaching business and community. And I still actually have it, so I'm saying it was. For not beauty professionals, for professional women who worked in corporate America, who was tired, child, and was ready to go out on their own and build. But God began to shift to me and talk to me and tell me to pivot to focus more on the beauty community, because there was some real help that needed to be dealt with there. And so with the beginning of this year, I launched Call to Beauty, which I will give more information about at the end of it. But I was starting to see that there's a whole problem out here. Right, that the beauty industry is ran by a bunch of mean girls who make you feel like if you don't have this kind of hair in your head, if you don't look like this, if your lashes don't look like that, then you're nothing. And that is something that God wants to change the culture of. All right. So let's go. All right. So first things first, I want you to think about your favorite humans. Okay. So we're getting into perfecting client attraction. But the very first thing is you need to understand and know who you want to serve. And again, there's plenty of people who's like, in the beginning, I did everything for everybody. That didn't really work for me. And what I realized is as I began to go on, I would run into certain kind of problems with certain kind of people. And at the time, I was too afraid to speak up for myself or do all these other kind of things like that. Our child was weird, okay? I didn't have enough to speak up for myself. And so my only option was to just go up on my price. That was it. I would just go up on my price. Child, you make me mad, I went up on my price. You did something I ain't like, I just went up on my price. But what I ended up realizing, don't do like me, just use your words to have a conversation. What end up realizing and working for me is that as I went up on my prices, it brought in a different type of clientele. And I was like, okay, so people pay more or less trouble? Like, is that a real thing? Because wow. But that started to be my reality. And then what I had to start doing was starting to think about the people that I enjoyed. When I looked at my books, because we'll get into that on another conversation about having books and online booking. Whenever I would look at my schedule, there were certain people, when I saw them, I got excited. That is one of the very first steps, y'all, to picking and curating and understanding your ideal client. Okay. So think about, who do you love to serve? When you think about your favorite clients, the people that make you happy, the people that don't cause you any stress, the people that feed you, because let me tell you something, the fastest way to my heart is through my belly. So the ones that call us like, hey, Tia, I'm on my way to the shop. I know that you probably haven't eaten today. What can I get for you? Baby, sign me up for the Christian Jubilee. Those are the ones I want. And those are the ones you want too. I've had the privilege of having people, serve with me in the shop and things like that. And at one point I was trying to rush to retirement. I'm like, child, let me fill up my shop, get folks in here so that I can be out. And what I realized is that there was a culture that I had established with my clients, and that when they came in, they had a culture with their clients. Now, in no way is it wrong, because you're supposed to have culture. Here's the thing though, the lives were so different that things began to clash a bit, right? So one of the things you need to do is understand who you are and what kind of humans you attract. I'm faith-based. I love me some Jesus. Child, you walk in my shop, we're going to have Sarah Jakes on the screen, TD Jakes on the screen, Bishop Eric Hutton on the screen, Darius Daniels on the screen. We're going to be learning something. I'm in art school doing animation, so we're going to be learning about new things. That's the kind of culture that I created. And so there are other people, at the time, there was a barber who worked in my shop. So when he would be watching like Dr. Eric Thomas, and he would watch, ESPN and things like that. Then there were other people, when they were in the shop, they like to watch horror movies. Child, I'm too scared for that, okay? Scary Mary, call me what you want to, babe. I'm scared, child. I can't do it. I don't want it, okay? And so, but that has to do with the culture. What do people experience? What do they want to experience when they come into your shop? When you begin to get online, when you begin to show and experience, and people begin to experience you, they're going to be attracted to who you are. So it's going to be important that you are authentic, because when you are authentic, you will show up, and you don't have to be weird for other people. Like I just saw my girl Kristen just jumped on. She's one of my favorite humans, child. We actually, sometimes we have to clear the schedule, because if her and I go get in here, we're going to talk about movies. We're going to laugh and tell stories. These are the type of people that you want. But if I were to show up trying to perform, trying to be what other people wanted me to be, then when Kristen would come around, child, we wouldn't be, she would be like, child, I don't want to do my hair. We don't vibe like that. But because I'm silly, because I tell great stories, we were able to connect, all right? And so think about who your favorite humans are, okay? Think about who your favorite humans are, and begin to build your archetypes around that, all right? So when you think about an archetype and you're thinking about who you are called to, thank you, I miss you more, child. You want to think about their occupation. Maybe you shouldn't start there, but here we are. Start with their occupation, because one of the things you have to understand, and is people's life kind of reflects what they're going to bring to your shop, right? I'm giving an example. Back in the day, I used to receive text messages that said, is you the girl that does hair? Baby, what? Is you the girl? That's how they spell it. Is you the girl that does hair? Child, first of all, don't text me at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, because what kind of job do you have where you're texting me at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning using improper English? Most of my clients now are engineers. I live in Huntsville, Alabama, so we're very big on engineering out here. So I have engineers, I have medical doctors, I have a lawyer client, I have government contract workers, and I have a lot of teachers. There's a lot of teacher clients. So that's their occupation. All right. And for a long time, I used to want to be a value person. I wanted you to come to me because I was cheap. But what you will realize is that you're going to be in the race to the bottom. And that's not where you want to go, trying to undercut. You need to be able to evaluate your time so that you can attract and be able to invest. Let me say that. So you can be able to invest in your clients the way you want to. So you're not just trying to get them in and out because you're not charging enough for what you're trying to do. So think about the lifestyle of your client. How do they live? Do they like more luxurious things, or do they like the value side of things? Do your clients like to shop at Walmart, or do your clients like to shop at Publix? I'm a Publix human. I'm a Target kind of girl. These are some of the things you consider, because it's going to come into play when you begin to market to your clients. All right. So then you have to think about like the social forces. All right. So what drives them? Are they the Antichrist? Are they faith-based? Are they somewhere in between? Do they like a little voodoo, or do they just love to read their Bible? These are things you want to know, because let me tell you something. Don't come in my shop. Don't do it. Put it back where you got it from. I don't want it. Thank you. Love you. Pray for you. Just do that over there. So these are some things to think about. All right. So you want to think about age group. Do you love older people? One of my very close friends, she's a social worker, but she loves old people. Like just that's her thing. And so if she was to be a beauty professional, doing I was going to say geriatric, I'm not sure if that's what we want to call it, but doing things that caters to an older generation is something that is important. And then you think about what your clients like to do every day. All right, that's that. Family life, personality. Think about your favorite humans. Begin to write these things down. All right. So we're going to talk about target audience versus your target client. So with your target audience, you think about the large group. So over here we have women. Women are a big, large group, way too big. We don't want to just serve women. All right, so we're going to go down. So we want to serve millennial women. We want to send Gen X women. I don't know who comes after Gen X, child. I don't even know how old Gen Xers are. I don't think that I'm Gen X. I think I'm Gen Z. I don't know. You need to know these things so that you can understand who you are called to serve, right? Because that's going to make a difference. So the other day, I got my makeup done and I had a photo shoot. I was so excited. And baby, I got online and I was like, somebody did something about plastic and brand new acting. I didn't know what to say, right? But in your marketing, you need to know who you're talking to, because that is going to be what attracts them to you when you use their language. So people my age are going to be saying the same thing too. Like somebody in my age group might be like, okay, T, that's not what you're supposed to say. But most of us are like, where'd that come from? I heard a kid say it. I saw it on TikTok. I'm saying it too. You need to think about these things. All right. So then let's go deeper. I was telling you guys that a lot of my clients are professionals. That was something that I noticed. And I noticed that I enjoyed professionals a little bit more. So Black business professional women, millennial women, was getting a closer in on my target audience, which is going to go deeper into my target client. Does that make sense? All right. So let's think about getting real deep into targeting. So on the screen here, I have 3 different types of women who live 3 different types of lives, right? So I have somebody that's like 28, somebody that's 36, and I have somebody that's in her 40s. They're living different lives. And so when it comes to marketing, when it comes to attracting these people, because this is what marketing does. Like when you go to market, and there's a slide on there, I should have put it first. When we're talking about marketing to people, it doesn't mean that you're being salesy and that you're being weird. What it means is that you're talking and you're putting information out that your target audience, the person that you love, the people that you want to serve the most, notice it and say, oh, she's talking to me. So for example, I had one of my clients, she was nominated for, or won the award for Best Black entrepreneur engineer or something like that. So I posted that, right? And so other Black entrepreneurs, engineers who want locks may see that. Like, oh, she has locks, she works in this industry, boom, right? I may post about Sarah Jakes Roberts. So there are some women who be like, oh, I love Sarah. She must love Sarah too. Oh, we connect on that. As you see, I got plants. I love plants. So there's going to be some people that attract because they love plants. All right. So when it comes to the 3 different types of women, they have 3 different types of things going on, right? We have a young woman who has like a boutique, and she's single and she's living her best life, right? She all about self-care. She's all about doing that. That's what she loves. And that's what you talk to if that's who you want to serve. There's another woman. She is a mom, right? She's a single mom. She's doing all the things. Listen, okay, plants are amazing. Plants make the world go around. But she's a single mom. She's working on her master's. She's faithful at her church. So when you want to post about, come get your hair done, or come get your nails done before church anniversary, she's gonna notice that, because that's what she does. If it's like you need a break from the kids, then she needs to notice that. And this also goes into policies and procedures, because if you want to serve moms, you might want to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what your policies are as far as children coming to the shop, because it's going to be a thing where they may not be able to get a babysitter. You need to know these things. All right. So then we have like an older woman. She's married. Her kids are teenagers in high school. Her boss is being weird. She's pretty high up in the C-suite, all these things. You need to be able to know how to talk to her. She's not going to be talking about rip me out of plastic because I'm brand new or whatever the thing is. These are things that you need to know, because it's going to be important for your livelihood. Because let me tell you something, we're not interested in giving a bunch of refunds. We're not interested in that. We do what we have to do, but you don't want to live your life doing hair. You don't want to live your life redoing somebody's hair because they picky, because they just penny pinching. You don't want that. I think that it's also important, y'all, that you always need to understand when it comes to your beauty business and your beauty brand, like, what are you doing this for? Like, we have to see the beauty industry as a business, a whole business. All right. And you need to be able to define what your goals and what your dreams are. So you need to know what your big promise is, right? So your big promise may be how to get the biggest and best benefit without the biggest pain, even if what's their biggest obligation. So like we talked about the mom, right? The single mom. So like the biggest benefit for her may be that she wants to have a peaceful environment without having to worry about wasting time. And she doesn't want to have to worry about her kids. So you may love the kids, and you may say, look, there's a space in my shop, in my salon, that is dedicated for children, for small children to hang out in. You may say, one of the things that I offer in my space is we'd have a quiet time. You can bring your kids from this time, but this time is when we want to serve. We want moms to be able to rejuvenate and relax. And we ask that there are no kids in the shop. Like, there's a whole lot that you can do. All right. So when it talks about your business purpose statement, you need to know why you are in business. You're not just in business to do hair. I need to get the bag. I want to make money. That's not why you're in business. And if that is the only reason that you are in business, you're not going to be in business for long. You have to, because I'm telling you, when it gets hard, because it's gonna, when it gets weird, because it's gonna, when people start being weird, because they're going to do that. You have to know that there's something deeper on the inside of you, so that, maybe your purpose is, I'm naturally talented in this, and I want to use this to be able to get me to the next level. Whatever your reason is, you need to know, and you need to have a mission statement for your business. Okay. So we started, all this is to talk about marketing, to make sure that you're communicating in a way that is going to attract the type of people that you want. All right. So we got social media marketing, we got text marketing, we got offline marketing, we got business to business, we got email marketing, and all the things. One of the best marketing tools for me was word of mouth. Create an experience that people are going to love and they're going to talk about. That is how my business grew. I didn't take pictures much, or if I did, chat, I barely post them. I didn't have cards for years, but the experience that people had with me was enough for them to go tell somebody else about. Because I'm gonna be honest, you come in my shop, I'm probably gonna pray for you if you need it. If you're having a really rough day, things are hard for you, the Holy Spirit might tap you on my shoulder and say, you need to say this thing. The Holy Spirit gonna say, okay, you need to change what you're watching on TV. I know you want to learn about how to draw today, but she needs to hear this message. Go to YouTube. It's a whole thing. That's going to be important. You need, as a professional, as a beauty professional, as a service-based business, you are in essence an unofficial, unaccredited therapist. Okay. And you need to be able to create safe spaces for your clients. That has nothing, it don't have to do with marketing, because you're not gonna go online talking about some child, I'm gonna pray for you, come get your hair done. That's not what you want. But you want to make sure that you are creating an atmosphere that people are gonna want to go tell about. I went to this shop and y'all, it was clean, praise God. It was they were nice, they were efficient. And the lady who did my hair, who did my nails, who did, whatever, paid attention to me. She remembered the last thing I told her before I left. These are some things to think about. All right. So when it comes to email marketing, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to have an email list, because you want to be able to communicate with your clients and not just wait on them to come back to you. All right. You want to be able to collect their emails. I'm very big on online booking, because ain't nobody got time to be trying to do what you got to do. And this is what you're doing because you're trying to, no, we don't want that. That's not what we want. Your clients don't want it either. So I'm an advocate. I'm a very big advocate for getting online booking system. It makes your life better. It makes your life better with the IRS. It's a lot better. Do it that way. And even through that, you can set up a way for you to get the text messages and the emails of your client so that you can talk to them however you need to. If you're having a price change, if you're having a location change, these are things that's important, because I've seen where people have had dedicated clients, dedicated community clients and customers and all that kind of stuff like that. And there was a change, or something happened in the life of the professional and they could not communicate with the clients. I remember, and this is, when I talk about attracting the perfect clients, I remember when COVID happened, I sent out an email and I said, hey, y'all, the government, I just heard on the news that the government is going to shut me down tomorrow. So we have less than 30 something hours before we get shut down indefinitely. Yeah, I was able to send out an email because I had all their emails. I sent out the email and all of my clients tried to book. They all tried to book. We made it happen. We survived it. But even through that, one of the most beautiful things, and this is what really pushed me about attracting the perfect client, my clients would send stuff to me. They would send me random cash apps. They would send me PayPals because I had other businesses. They would try to go in and they would support. They would send me money because they knew that I couldn't work. Now, like I said, this is one of the biggest things I had. I launched I launched the hair care line during that time because that was a service for my clients because they all panicking. What can I do with my hair? And that was a real thing. But because of the community of humans that I have, okay, my calm culture community, they didn't have a name at the time, but they made themselves a name. I was able to sustain. And these are the type of people, y'all, that you want to attract. But that is also, so I often talk about not matching energy in the bad way. Okay. But what my clients did is they matched my energy because I poured into them. Let me tell you, so that email marketing, first of all, they make you some money. Okay. Ain't like, especially like, let's say you're going on vacation. This is off subject, here we are, but the point is of email marketing. Let's say you're going out of town on vacation. And for many of us professionals, what we struggle with is because we don't have extra income, if we're not in the chair, if we're not in the salon, if there's nobody laying on sitting at our nail desk, if nobody's sitting at our massage table, if we're not there, we're not making money. So that's the problem, which is why we like to talk about Call to Beauty. But anyway, what you can do is you can send out an email. This is, hey, because, there's some email marketers that tell you to email every day. Child, I don't have time yet. Okay. But you can send out an email like, hey, y'all, these are the dates that I'm going to be out of town. These are the dates that I'm going to be whatever. And you can make sure that your books are full going straight on into it. So you got a little extra money for your trip. You got a little extra money to hold you over for the absence. Okay. Does that make sense? Social media marketing. One of the quickest tidbits I can say to anybody else is to post make it easy for people to give you their money, number one, and then make sure that people know how to access you. Don't just post pictures of your work, post pictures of you doing the work. But again, because of that last viral video of mine, baby, please get permission. Child, get permission. Just get permission, child. Okay. But it's important. That's marketing. All right. So there's a cycle to this. So there's something we call customer acquisition. This is about brand awareness. Brand awareness is letting people know that you exist. So this is that you offer, that you have something to give to the people. That is brand awareness. All right. So lead generation is where you're starting getting people who are somewhat interested in what it is that you offer. That can be like consultations, where you get their information, and then that's a way for you to begin to have conversation. Like once you get into the space of we're going beyond just serving clients with our actual services, but when we start going into selling digital products, when we go into selling products, why I say products, y'all know what I mean, product line, and we're talking about hosting events and things like that, you want to be able to get people's information so that you can begin a relationship with them. All right. And then the acquisition of it all is when they finally say, yes, I'm ready to be in your world. That's important. All right. All right. So one of the things that we need to understand is that people mainly consume content a few different ways. Content consumption is audio, written, and video. All right. Video is the big boy right now. Video is how everybody moves and does their things. You may not be one of those people who like video. There's all kinds of ways for you to get out here and market yourself and attract the right people. If you got to, we'll get into that later. You need to be marketing yourself. You are a business. You are a business. Okay. Audio, that's like podcasts and things like that. I think we all have something to say whether or not we believe it. Okay. And then written content. That's like email marketing, text marketing, and post on social media. All right. So one of the main things you need to understand about content creation and posting on social media and sending things out is that you have goals, right? Not every post that you put out is say, hey, give me your money. Hey, give me your money. That's not going to work. People don't even know who you are. And so there's the thing that you want to get into a rhythm and a flow of know, like, trust, and sell. Know, like, and trust. So know is just really brand awareness. So like my videos that are going viral, those videos are for you people just to first know that I exist. So you want people to know that you exist. So you want to post content that says, hey, here I am. This is who I am. This is what I could offer. Right. Another one is I want people to actually like me. Now, let's be very in this area. OK, we're not performing for the people. We're being authentic to who we are. And when we're authentic to who we are, that's when people say, you know what, I like her. There was something I would hear people say to me all the time, like, I follow you on social media and I love your spirit. And baby, I was so confused. Like, how can you tell what kind of spirit I have about what I post on the internet? But apparently, because I post from my heart, because I post what I love, because I post what's going on in my world, that is something that people can attest to, that can attract. And they're like, you know what, I like it. So when you post certain content, it's for people to like. Then there's other content that you post that people can begin to trust you. This is where you start sharing real information. This is where people can say, I find value in what they had to say. When I saw this post that said, and it really helped me, blah, 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 blah. That's beginning to build trust, right? And so after you've made all these deposits into these people, because they now know you, they're starting to like you, and they starting to trust you, then you can offer them a product or a service that will benefit them. Because remember, we're not in business just for us, okay? That's not what we're doing, all right? And you want to do less of the sales type stuff, more of the know, like, and trust. All right. And so one of the very big things you want to understand is headline, story, and call to action. When we're on social media or when we're in email marketing, the very first thing that people want to see is the subject of your email. On social media, the first thing they're going to see is the first line or two. That needs to be good enough. Or your first 10 seconds, the first, not 10 seconds, good job. It's like 7 to 9 seconds. It's like one of the perfect windows when it comes to social media videos and content. But your very first slide in your caption, the very first line in your caption, that needs to be something that grabs the people's attention. That's how you can get them to read your caption more. So that the first thing that says, you know, I'm trying to think. So the post that's, like I said, that's going crazy right now is about beauty professionals. Not getting permission, right? We jumped right into the video. It said content permission from the clients. That's something that's important because apparently there's a lot of clients being taken pictured of, and they're not happy about it. There's a lot of professionals that are not doing what they need to do to make sure that their clients feel comfortable and seen and heard and valued. Apparently it's a thing, right? The very first line is something that needs to get their attention. That the subject title needs to be something that gets their attention. And then once they're once you get them in, you want to bring them in and involve them. Make it about them, not about you. And then call to action. You always want to give somebody something to do. You always want to give somebody something to do. Click the link in my bio, hit the like button, share this post. You want to give them some instruction. It's important. All right, so a customer journey map is understanding how this thing works. So number one of the things that we have to understand and know is that when it comes to our customers, and they say that it takes 7 interactions, 7 times for somebody to begin to trust and understand your brand. It's going to be important for you to be consistent in your posting, be consistent in your engagement with your clients, because this is how things begin to flow. All right. So let's say number one, the first thing you do is you put up a post, right? And so somebody likes it. All right, you put up your second post, and then somebody actually says, you know what, I like the type of stuff that she's putting out. Let me go ahead and follow. And then, once you go from that point, somebody says, okay, I'm following you. Then you want to start doing things and having things like lead magnets, which is a lead generator, so that people can start giving you their information so that you can take them off of social media and begin to put them into your world. We have seen multiple times where you get on social media, you pull out your Instagram, and baby, Instagram ain't Instagramming. Struggle. If that was the only way that you were making money, if that's the only way that people can communicate with you, that could be a problem. So you want to make sure that once people begin to build with you on social media, that you find a way to move them off of social media into your ecosystem, into your world, which is your email list, your text list. And again, make it easy for them. Don't be like, child, I need you to type 3 times and then click the link in my bio. That's how you do it. Click the link in my bio and have something that automatically downloads to them, something that doesn't cause extra work and long hours for you. That's not what we want. All right. But then that goes into email. Let me tell you, that email will save your life. I've made plenty of dollar off of the email. You okay? Plenty of dollar, praise God. But yeah, so lead generation is going to be key. And some people don't like emails. Text has, email is still thebomb.com. But text message is also well. It's a lot of services where you can just have people text you, and it doesn't have to be directly to your personal phone number, but it can be a collection of text messages as well as emails. All right. Because you can give them ebooks, you can give them tutorials, you can encourage people to do all kinds of things. So then like I said, you want a call to action. So call to action may be click the link in my bio. Follow me on YouTube for more in depth. This is just a small clip of what I can teach. So I want you to go to youtube.com. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me here. Give some people what to do. It's going to be big. Like I said, we want people to sign up for whatever you're offering. All right. And then once you get them into your world, you want to do something that begins to nurture them. And nurture is to begin to pour into them. Now, I've seen some people when it comes to marketing where all they're doing is trying to get you to buy something. Listen, I get it. We all got to eat, but we don't want it to be a thing that's not going to serve the people. And we don't want to bust them into their heads. We want to make sure that we are offering something of value. Okay. Value is important. That value isn't what's valuable to you. It's value what's important and valuable to the people that you are called to serve. And when you have something to sell, it's supposed to be a benefit to them. It's supposed to feel like a no-brainer, like that. Yep, she right. Yep, I can trust her. Yep, she's been giving me valuable information. I can invest in what she's offering. All right. So you want to have like a nurture email sequence. And then eventually at some point, people are going to be ready to break bread with you. They're going to be in a position where they're like, you know what? I'm loving what they're doing. I'm loving who she is. I love how she operates. This is what I need. This is what I need to be doing. All right. So that's the customer journey. All right. So I am so excited to tell you something. Here we are. I want to tell you about Call to Beauty. So Call to Beauty is a 8-week program that I have, I was about to say bled for. Technically, I did. It's Call to Beauty. Go to calltobeauty.com so you can check it out. It's an 8-week program, 8-week business mastermind for establishing and inspiring beauty professionals. And what we go over is a lot of the things that we talked about today. We teach in the first module how to maximize your client and customer and salon experience. Okay, so we'll be digging into in that space. Let me pull it up for, again, if you're not on the other social medias, then guys, let's all right. So Call to Beauty, like I said, it's for those who are ready to diversify your income. Earlier, I talked about going on vacation and you have not been able to serve. You want to have things in place that make you money while you are gone. That's very big. You don't want to be trapped behind the chair, because the pandemic came, and there's some of us who had to be sneaking trying to do hair. There were some of us who the pandemic came and we got sick, so we couldn't even serve the people if we wanted to. So you want to make sure that you have something that's available for the people. All right. So like in module 1, we cover customer experience and salon management optimization systems. All right. So what this looks like is like the customer experience mastery. What we want to make sure is that our clients are good. We want to make sure that we have mastered our time. This is one of the things that it's going to be very important. One of the clues in what I teach in here is, one, you need to know how long it takes you to do a thing. And you want to be able to scale your business in a way to where you're not wasting time trying to serve the masses of the humans, right? You want to make sure that what you have and what you offer is something that is scalable, something that is clockwork. Or you need to have those things that take you, that the time is a little bit variable, have those on dedicated days, right? So for me, I specialize in locks now. Well, I can get locks done in an hour. So Thursdays and Fridays, because I only work 2.5 days a week. So those days I'm pushing them out, because I know that I timed myself. This is how long locks take me to do. I can get them done in an hour. If I have an assistant, then I have more time. But people who have smaller locks, people who have interlock, who want their hair interlock, people who want color, that will throw off my system. So what I have done is I put them on a special day. They're only able to book on Wednesdays. Why? Because Wednesdays are a slower day. Wednesdays are a free day for me. You need to know what you offer. One of the things is I used to, we'll talk about it tomorrow, about money making mistakes. One of the things I used to do, I keep saying it, is I used to serve everybody. And what would happen is it would take me 2 or 4 hours to do cornrows, but it'll take me 1 hour to do locks. It will take me 2 hours to do a sew-in, but it'll take me 1 hour to do locks. You need to know what it takes for you to function and for you to flow like you need to. You want to be able to be, listen, I love to take naps around 1:30, 2 o'clock, baby, I want to take a nap. I needed to know how I flowed, how I worked, what my system was, so that I can create a system around how I want to live. Nobody said that we had to work from 9 to 5. If I work well at 6 o'clock in the morning, I can do that. And so can you. So like my shop opens up on Thursdays and Fridays at 7 a.m. because I'm up probably like 3 or 4 or 5. So I work from 7 a.m. and then around 12, my last client will come and I'll take a break. I'll take a break until 4 o'clock so that I can go take a nap. I can slow down because that's what my body needs. But you need to know how you function, okay? So in module 1, we talk about customer experience mastery. We talk about salon management systems, okay? We want to make sure that all of our things are working together. We need to make sure that our booking system connects with our email system. We want to make sure that where we're going to sell our online products connects with all of these things. We want things to connect. And then we want to talk about monetization and pricing strategies. We want to make sure that you know what the market says and then what you can offer. People do not care, honestly. The people, once you get past a certain point, people don't care for real about how much something costs. Baby, is it worth it? Is it worth it, child? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Remember that, okay? And so in module 2, we talked about creating your own products. Like I said, I have been blessed to, I have 2 product companies. I hand pour my candles and I do make my oil and my mist. So you need to be able to have products to sell. Y'all, we'll talk about it tomorrow when we talk about 5 money making mistakes, but it's going to be imperative that if there's anything that you are going to go tell your client to go buy, that you should have for them. They're already with you. They're already spending money with you. So why would you then say, okay, take your wallet, pack it up, put it in your purse, put it in your back pocket, and go to this place and give them money when I could have what it is that you need? You know, I can sell you the things that I use on your hair because they know it already, they're familiar with it. That's going to be important. So creating your own product line. All right. So we're going to talk about the product ideation. Which products are going to be great for your clients? Then we talk about formula and production, whether or not you want to get a private label. So that means private label is where there's another company that makes it for you and you just take it and you put your label on it and you move forward. Or is it something that you want to manufacture where you want to make it in your space? Some people have started out like there's some people who have multi-million-dollar beauty, hair care, and cosmetic stuff, and they make that stuff in their home. They make it in their garage. It's a beautiful thing, but we'll get into that in Call to Beauty. Make sure you go to calltobeauty.com so you get more information about it. And then branding and packaging. We're going to work on colors. We're going to make it cute. We're going to make it flow. It's going to make it make sense. That's important. All right. And then module 3, we work about developing your digital products and your info products. Y'all, that's the sweet stuff. Okay. That's the sweet stuff. So developing your suite of digital products and your info products. That's the stuff you know how to do that other people don't know how to do. And you have to understand that everybody's not where you are. Let's say that you're in cosmetology school right now. There's somebody who's not in cosmetology school right now, right? So there's something that you have that you know that you do that somebody else is willing to learn how to do it. So we're going to learn, I'll teach in there how to create your digital products and your info products. And those are ebooks. Those are the information that you have. All right. So we're going to teach that. We'll talk about content creation, and we'll talk about delivery and distribution, because we want to make sure that people get what they need the easiest way that they can. Okay. So that's module 3. Module 4 is we want to create your sales and marketing plan. Child, I can't spell it. It says PLSN, whatever. Plan. We're going to make your marketing and your sales plan so that you know what you're going to do. A lot of times, y'all, we have amazing ideas. We have all this stuff that could work for us, but we're not sure how to put it together. Do I do this or should I do that? And we need a strategy for that. And so we're going to cover that in module 4. All right. And then in module 5, I'm going to teach you how to host your own events, live, in person, or virtual events, because that can be a great way to sell something. That can be a great way to launch something. That has proven for me some of the great things that I've done. Like I've been able to, like when I did my candles, I sold candles for a year, and then I finally had a space. I opened up my salon, and then I did a candle launch party, and people came in, and I made more money in the first hour, people buying the candles of my launch, and that was a great way for me to launch. When I launched Lock Maven, I did it online, and one of the beautiful things about having a mentor and a coach at the time is I ran into a problem where they shipped all my stuff to me and then they sent it back for some crazy reason. But I was able to be live online and be able to say, hey guys, we're doing a pre-sale, and it worked. And it was something that was so amazing. I started doing events because again, you want to build community, right? So one of the things I started doing was Tia Teach Me, right? And with Tia Teach Me, it was teaching people how to braid hair. That's real basic to me, right? But there's some people who have daughters and they don't know how to braid hair. So it wasn't expensive. I did like $5. Y'all come. I got some mannequins from cosmetology school. Well, I'll teach you how to braid. That class stayed full. I started doing candle making parties where instead of going to like a sip and paint, you can come to the candle making party. We'd have snacks. At the time I was like, bring your own bottle. I don't drink anymore. So I don't know that I would, I don't know. Y'all bring your bottles if you want to. But people would bring wine and they would sip and hang out, and we would make candles, and we would have great conversations and things like that. That became a thing. Then I started doing actual candle making classes. These are all things that I'm going to teach you how to do inside of Call to Beauty. And then we got some bonuses, like we have the tech and pre-work. The tech and pre-work has a lot to do with you, because we're going to make sure that you know who you are. That's important. We're going to make sure that you know what you want out of your life. I need you to know, I want to own a house that costs $500,000. I want a house that costs $5 million. Okay, well, let's break that down. I want to, I work 2.5 days a week. I had to know how much money I needed to make in order for me to be able to work 2 days a week, so that my pricing is right, okay? And then we want to work, like I said, on tech and branding. Do you have your website set up? Do you have funnels? What do you have that can flow right, all right? And then the last bonus we have for you is launch like a pro, because your sales and marketing plan is one thing, but your launch plan is another. So again, guys, head on over to calltobeauty.com and check it out. It's CALLEDTOBEUTY.com. Okay. We get creative sometimes, and we don't have to get creative if we don't need to. So yeah. So I'm now opening the floor up for questions. If you have questions here on the Zoom chat, throw them up for me. If you got questions here, thank you. If you have any questions on Instagram, throw them up. Again, y'all, we are going to be here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 4 p.m. Lord, did I say specific? I did. Pacific Standard Time. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions that I can answer. Again, tomorrow we're doing 5 money making mistakes. Okay. And then on Tuesday, we're going to be doing kitchen beautician to 6-figure kitchen beautician mindset mentality. Here we are. Let me get it, y'all. Kitchen beautician mentality to 6-figure CEO mindset. I do one-on-one coaching. Shoot me a DM so we can talk about what you need. Thank you. Yeah, man. Shoot me a DM. Or you can email me at info@calmculture.com, and we can talk and set up whatever it is that we need to talk about and work it out so that I can help, child. I just want to help. I just want to help the humans. Listen, I wish somebody would have taught me this stuff. Y'all know how much I've invested in business conferences and business coaches to be able to know. And it wasn't, y'all, and I'll tell you this, I have not gone yet to a beauty business conference yet. Every conference that I've gone to has been about just regular business, and has been about Christian business, how to be a kingdom business influencer and things like that. And so that is how, but God has allowed, with the help of the Holy Spirit, chat, has put me in a position where I can and I am able to put all this stuff into place. Because really, when I started going to conferences and things like that, I was going to conferences so that I can grow my candle business. Because that's kind of the way that I figured that's going to be what made me real money. Because again, I had the wrong mentality about generating wealth as a beauty professional. Child, I didn't know. I did not know. Whew. All right. So if we don't have any more questions, let me check over here on the Facebooks. Make sure we didn't miss anybody. Because then we're gonna let y'all have y'all time back. I don't want to waste your time. We want you to have a good Sunday evening. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try one more time. Because again, we're gonna be back tomorrow. We'll have some more information for you. I think we're good. All right, y'all. We did it in good timing too. All right, yeah, I do love you. I do wish you well. No problem. Yeah, always DM me. You can, if you're not on, let me just give my social media. I should have put it on the slide. You can follow me on Instagram at Nateah, NATEAH.com with a K, KALM, on Instagram and on Facebook. And then you can follow me on YouTube/YouTube.com/Nateah, NATEAH. And you can check out calltobeauty.com. You can go to calmculture.com. That's a lot, but just go to Call to Beauty, child. That's the best thing. And go to Instagram, because you can get to the rest of my world there and see all the fun stuff that's happening over there. All right. I love you guys. I really do. I'm praying for you. Head over to calltobeauty.com, and I will see you tomorrow. All right.